Okay, good afternoon, my dear students. Now we are going to discuss important areas in biotechnology. And after completion of biotechnology, better we should go back to secondary growth in dicot root. Just we have to discuss formation of vascular cambium. So what are the regions from where vascular cambium is produced? That is also important. We will discuss that one at the end. Okay. So here, what about the main contribution of Boyer and Cohen? Boyer contribution is well known to you. So what about the contribution of Boyer? Herbert Boyer. Boyer studied restriction endonucleases. According to his knowledge, restriction endonucleases are able to cut DNA at a specific sequence, particular sequence. Hence the name restriction, restricted to particular area, the site of action. Okay, so he studied the role of restriction endonucleases. Okay, and what about the contribution of Cohen? Cohen contribution, isolation and reinsertion of plasmid. So contribution is regarding plasmid as a vector. Okay, and the first recombinant DNA constructed by these two people was in the case of E. coli. So they converted normal E. coli cells into transgenic E. coli cells or organisms which are able to grow in antibiotic resistant antibiotic uh, medium culture medium with antibiotic. So they converted normal E. coli into transgenic E. coli, which is resistant to antibiotics, particularly tetracycline, kanamycin. So they're out of that one. What about the main contribution? Construction of first recombinant DNA. So Salmonella typhimurium, according to textbook. Okay, so from Salmonella typhimurium, they isolated plasmid. So source of plasmid is from Salmonella plasmid and also antibiotic resistant gene. Okay. So here the source of antibiotic resistant genes, the source organism was Salmonella, vector from Salmonella and desirable gene also from Salmonella. Okay. So with the help of vector, recombinant vector, so transformation with the E. coli means transformation. What is transformation? Uptake of, simply introduction of naked DNA molecule into targeted host organism. So introduced into E. coli. So this one is now transgenic E. coli resistant to concerned antibiotics. So Salmonella was the source of vector and antibiotic resistant genes. Okay, so normal E. coli cells convert into transgenic E. coli. So transgenic. Okay, right? So use this knowledge. Out of this concept, one question possible. They will ask you, what about the source of plasmid at the time of conversion of normal E. coli cells into transgenic E. coli cells by Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen? That was Salmonella. Typhimurium was clearly given. And antibiotic resistant genes also from Salmonella. Okay, right? Okay, please mute, please mute, please mute, please mute. Okay, next.
Okay, sir.
And very, very important thing, last year they asked restriction site, palindromic site of EcoR1. They asked. Definitely this year, again, they will focus on restriction endonucleases. Okay, right? And before moving into various types of examples given in your textbook, we should know what about restriction endonuclease enzymes discovery. Actually, according to Telugu Academy textbook, restriction endonucleases identified, isolated by Nathans was given. But according to NCERT textbook, they didn't mention any name, but they explained like this. In the case of bacteriophage, so during bacteriophage multiplication, for example, this is a bacterial cell. This part also very, very important. It's a bacterial cell. It's a bacterium. And bacteriophage is well known to you. A virus which is able to replicate within the bacterial cells. So for example, this is a wait. Bacteriophage attached to bacterial cell. After attachment, definitely phase DNA is a phase DNA. Phase means bacteriophage. Bacteriophage. So this is a viral DNA. Here I'm taking DNA. So this one is phase DNA or viral DNA. And this one is next one. This one is a genophore of that bacterial cell. Okay, so host bacterium is able to produce two types of enzymes. Enzyme 1, first enzyme. Enzyme 1 and enzyme 2. Okay, this statement was clearly given. Enzyme 1 is concerned with addition of ADD, addition of
Methyl group.
yes, very good, methyl groups to which DNA? Whether it is to the viral DNA or bacterial DNA. That is very, very important. Addition of methyl groups to bacterial DNA, not to the viral DNA. So now the bacterial DNA was labeled with methyl groups. Methyl group is added to this one. Okay, that is one type of labeling for identification. Methylated DNA molecule. So now out of bacterial DNA and viral DNA, which one was labeled with methyl group? Bacterial DNA, but not viral DNA. Okay, next. What about the role of second enzyme? Second enzyme is concerned with cutting of DNA. Cutting of cut DNA, which is without concerned methyl group. So out of viral DNA and bacterial DNA, which DNA was not labeled with methyl group? That was viral DNA. So the target of second enzyme is cutting off viral DNA simply. So enzyme 2 is able to cut DNA without methyl groups. So what about the fate of viral DNA? Dismantled. So enzyme 2 concerned with cutting off viral DNA. Any DNA, whatever the DNA, that DNA must be without methyl groups. So it is one type of modification system. Enzyme 1 adding methyl groups to its own DNA. Its own DNA means bacterial DNA. Hang on 1 minute, please. Hang on 1 minute, please. All right, hang on. One minute. Hang on. Okay, right. Anybody take the screenshot, please, and send it to me, please. Okay, right. Any doubt? Shiva, any objection?
Sir, once again explain, please explain from transformation, sir.
From here onwards,
Yes, sir.
Salmonella typhimurium, source of, now you joined, I think, plasmid and antibiotic resistant gene. What was the objective of Boyer and Cohen? To transfer a desirable gene, whatever the type of desirable gene from Salmonella to E. coli. Okay, so E. coli is targeted host organism to change it into transgenic organism. So from Salmonella typhimurium, they isolated plasmid, antibiotic resistant gene, and they ligated antibiotic resistant gene with the plasmid and introduced into E. coli. So here E. coli was a transgenic microbe, which is able to grow in a culture medium having concerned antibiotic. So they converted normal E. coli cells, which are not having antibiotic resistant genes, into E. coli with the antibiotic resistant gene. So that was the first recombinant DNA constructed by these two people. Okay, right? So here restriction endonuclease as part of a tools of recombinant DNA, first one given one was restriction endonuclease was given. According to Boyer, restriction endonuclease are able to cut DNA at a particular sequence. Hence the name restriction. Okay, right? So before that one, at the time of a so-called tools of recombinant DNA, they explain this one. So during bacteriophage multiplication within the bacterial cells, the bacterial cell is able to produce two types of enzymes, enzyme 1, enzyme 2. Enzyme 1 is concerned with addition of methyl groups to bacterial DNA. So now bacterial DNA was labeled with methyl group. Okay, and viral DNA was not labeled with methyl group. Okay, now what about the role of enzyme 2? Enzyme 2 is able to cut any DNA without methyl groups. So out of these two DNA molecules, which one is without methyl group? Viral DNA. Now, what about the fate of viral DNA? Dismantled by the enzyme 2. So enzyme 2 is able to cut DNA without methyl groups. So here viral DNA was not labeled with the methyl groups. Then what about the fate of viral DNA? Dismantled by enzyme 2. So enzyme 2 is restriction endonuclease, restriction enzyme. So this enzyme, second enzyme, enzyme 2 is restriction enzyme that is able to cut DNA at a particular sequence. Okay, Shiva, got it? Still any objection? Okay. Now, here I'm taking first tool, restriction endonucleases, enzymes, restriction enzymes. First tool is restriction enzymes. They belongs to a class. The class name is well known to you, nucleases. Nucleases. Okay. So restriction endonuclease belongs to nucleases. Nuclease class. So taxonomic category of nuclease was class. Okay. So restriction enzymes are of two types on the basis of their mechanism of action. One is exonucleases. Last year, they asked two questions out of restriction endonucleases. Already, the first NEET exam question paper was forwarded to you. Please look into that one. They asked two questions out of restriction endonucleases. So exonuclease, what about exo? What is exo? Outside, from the ends. Here from the ends. For example, this is a DNA molecule. DNA molecule, double stranded one. Here I'm taking double stranded DNA molecule. Five end, three end, three end, five end. If it is treated with a exonuclease, so what about the cutting? Okay, so if it is treated with that one, see what about the cutting of this DNA? The cut is here 5, 3, 5, 3, 3, 5. See, from ends or not? Exo, from ends, not from the midpoint of the DNA. Either from this end or this end or this end or this end, whatever the end. Overall, cut is from ends only. So cut was at ends only. Okay. So we are not using this type of enzyme. So we are not using, no use out of these enzymes. We are not using. So not used in recombinant DNA construction. Reason the cut is from end. No use. We are not using that one. They are not suitable. The suitable one is second one, that is endonucleases. Endonucleases. They ask one question out of endonucleases. Endo, the prefix endo is well known. Exo, from ends. Endo, from middle point of the DNA, mid of the DNA. Okay, right? So these enzymes are able to cut DNA at the palindromic sites. Palindromes. Palindrome. The target is palindrome. Restriction site, palindrome. Restriction site, palindrome. Palindrome, the definition of palindrome is well known. A sequence of nucleotides present in one strand will repeat in other strand without changing the reading frame, but in opposite direction, while reading in opposite direction. We'll see that one. Okay. So here also two types of enzymes are present. One is enzymes concerned with even cut. Endonuclease, restriction endonuclease are of two types. First one is enzymes concerned with even cut. So even cut concerned enzymes. Actually, in your textbook, they didn't explain even cut, but it was given in the case of Telugu Academy textbook. Even cut. What is even cut? For this one, we can take one example. The given example is Hind 2 was given. Hind 2 was given. First restriction endonuclease, isolated, characterized. Okay, so here, what about the palindrome of Hind 2? Even though it was not given in your text, please try to remember the palindrome of Hind 2. 5 G T C. So if you know GTC are 3 nucleotides towards one end, you can prepare a palindrome. So towards 5 and GTC means okay. Are you getting my voice? Somebody called me. Are you getting my voice? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Anybody? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Wait. Hang on. 1 minute, please. Okay. Right. Hind 2, GTC. So if you know GTC towards fifth end, simply 5 and GTC. Of course, it was not given in your textbook, but please try to remember that one as part of behind NCERT. So GTC. So if you know this one, yes, you can prepare this one. If these two are prepared, you can prepare a complementary nucleotides here. See, G means C, A, G. Okay, C, G, A, C. Third end. So remember just GTC. If you remember GTC, you can prepare the palindrome. Okay, right? So what? Yeah. Any objection? So if it is treated with a Hind 2, if it is treated with Hind 2, what about the direction of cutting? So GTC3, GTC3, exactly along the line of symmetry. This is a symmetrical line. Half, half, 50%, 50%. So what about the direction of cutting between CG, CG? Okay, so GTC, GAC, GTC, GAC. So reading frame 5 2 3, 5 2 3. Okay, so the cut is in between CG, CG. Okay, so same pair of nucleotides, CG, CG. Okay, right? So 50% part, 50% part. So here, both the DNA strands are cleaved at the same location. After cutting, what about the product? 5 G T C 3. Okay, 5 G A C and 3. So both the DNA strands ended at the same location. Ended at the same location. Unpaired nucleotides 0, and the remaining part 5 G A C 3 and 5 G T C third end. So along the line of the symmetry or not? Along the line of the symmetry. For example, these two are the DNA strands. Scissor, for example, take a scissor. This scissor is cutting both the DNA strands at the same location. 50% part, 50% part along the line of the symmetry. Simply midpoint along the line of the symmetry. So this is the line of the symmetry. 50% part, 50% part. So what is even cut? Even cut means both the DNA strands are ended at the same location without leaving unpaired nucleotides. All are paired or not? So before cutting, these two paired, these two paired, these two paired, paired, paired. Here also paired, in paired condition, paired, paired, paired condition only. They are not unpaired. So both the strands are ended at the same location. Even cut, even. So even cut means both the DNA strands are cleaved at the same location opposite to each other, like a scissor. Okay, so this type of ends are called as flush ends. Flush or blunt. Not given in your textbook. Flush or blunt ends. Flush or blunt ends means DNA fragment without unpaired nucleotides, without overhanging stretches. Okay, so this entire one is not given in your textbook. Just remember hint 2 palindromic site. That is enough. Reason, last year they asked what is the palindromic site of EcoR1. On the basis of that, they may ask what about the palindromic site of HELI2. Just remember this one. GTC. Any objection? Is it clear? Shiva. Ramesh.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anybody can please take the screenshot. Participants screenshot. Participants only. Please. I need that one for attendance, please. Okay. Right. Copy this one. Now I'm erasing the board. Now I'm erasing the board. Okay. So even cut completed. Now uneven cut, staggered cut. So second method means enzymes concerned with the even cut and staggered cut. Uneven cut. Uneven or staggered cut for this one. So it is given in your textbook. Of course, uneven, staggered cut. The word was not given in CR textbook. from here onwards. The given example is restriction endonuclease, that is ECO R1. This is 1, ECO R1. ECO R1. What is the palindromic site of ECO R1? That is well known. See here also 5 and okay. G A T T C, third end. Okay, so if you know GAA, for example, GAA, if you know GAA, simply this side also GAA. So if you know just this part, on the base of this part, prepare this part. Okay, from fifth end GAA, start from here, fifth end GAA, and rest of the things you can prepare. Okay, so GAA means C T T. Here also C T T. Hydrogen bonds 3, 2 hydrogen bonds, 2 hydrogen bonds, 2 hydrogen bonds, 3 hydrogen bonds. So that is a palindromic site. Okay, right? So how many base pairs in the case of N2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base pairs. In this palindrome also, how many base pairs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base pairs. Okay, here, very, very important thing. What about first calculate the number of hydrogen bonds? How many hydrogen bonds are present? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So total number of hydrogen bonds, H bonds. How many hydrogen bonds? 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3. How many? How many? 6 plus 8. How many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hydrogen bonds. Remember this one. In that case, use your knowledge. How many hydrogen bonds? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 on. 16 hydrogen bonds, as it is. So here, the line of symmetry. Where is the line of symmetry? Line of symmetry means exactly symmetrically. So this is the line of symmetry. Half, exactly half. This is line of symmetry. Line of symmetry. So if it is treated with that enzyme, ECO R1. So what about the direction of cutting? What about the place of cutting, site of action? So site of action is,
Sticky ends.
hello, what happened?
Sticky ends, no, sir. Sticky ends.
Product is sticky end. Product is sticky end. Wait. So the cut is between. Please mute. Please mute. This part is very, very important. Please mute. So the cut is between GA. So hello, please mute. Is it along the line of the symmetric cutting? No, away from the line of symmetry. So the cut is away from line of symmetry. There along the line of the symmetry. Okay, so now the product. Parameshwara. 5 G C, sorry, third end C. So T T A A. This strand ended here. This strand is tall one. Okay. Next. A T T C third end. G 5 end. Okay. Now you can use. So this one is this part. Sticky end. Sticky or cohesive with unpaired nucleotides. TTAA unpaired, AATT unpaired. So they're also called as overhanging. Hanging or not? So like this, overhanging means like this. Overhanging stretches. So this one is overhanging stretches given in your textbook. Sticky ends. So this type of enzymes are suitable for construction of recombinant DNA. Okay, right? Is it clear? So here initially how many hydrogen bonds? 14. After cutting, how many are there? That is also very, very important. How many hydrogen bonds? Here restriction endonuclease is not concerned with cutting or removal of hydrogen bonds. It is concerned with the elimination of or hydrolysis of ester bonds only. We will see that one. Don't worry. So here how many base pairs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base pairs. Now how many base pairs? 1, 2 base pairs. How many base pairs unpaired? 4 base pairs. What are they? TA1, TA2, AT, third one, AT, fourth one. So total number of base pairs subjected to removal of complementarity. Simply, complementarity is undisturbed between how many base pairs? 4 base pairs. 4 are D paired. How many unpaired? Okay, now how many unpaired? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 nucleotides are unpaired. They belongs to how many base pairs? 4 base pairs. Okay, so any base pair unpaired here? No, all are in paired condition. The base pairing was not disturbed here, but here disturbed. Out of these two, which one is suitable for construction of recombinant DNA? This one is suitable for, of course, that is also correct one, but the best one is uneven cut or staggered cut concerned restriction endonuclease. Any objection? While reading, all of you listen carefully. While reading, count what about the total number of ester bonds here. After cleaving, how many ester bonds are remaining intact and how many are removed? There also, initially before cutting, how many hydrogen bonds? After cutting, how many hydrogen bonds? As it is. There is no removal of hydrogen bonds as it is. Here hydrogen bonds are removed. Hydrogen bonds are weak bonds only. Here, these hydrogen bonds are not removed by restriction endonuclease. Once GA are delinked, that is also very, very important. GA is a dinucleotide. GA is a dinucleotide. So the delinking is in between G and A. G and A. G and A is not base pair. G and A is not base pair. G and A is a dinucleotide. 2 successive nucleotides present in one strand is called as a dinucleotide. Okay, so what are the dinucleotides delinked is G and A. The cut is in between G and A. Okay, is it clear? Any objection? Hello, please respond. Any objection?
Okay, sir.
Next. Wait. Now I am arranging the board. Okay. So for example, what about the role of restriction endonuclease? Restriction endonuclease. Okay. So this enzyme is concerned with, that is either EcoR1, restriction endonuclease, or ENA2, or some other enzyme given in your textbook. There is the name of the enzyme. This type of enzyme, these are concerned with, they are concerned with hydrolysis or removal of ester bonds only. Ester bonds, but not hydrogen bonds. Okay, so for example, this is a DNA molecule. 5, 3, 3, 5. For example, cut is here and cut is here. Here, one ester bond, and here one cut means one ester bond. So out of one palindrome, at the time of cutting, what about the number of ester bonds removed? 2 ester bonds. Okay. So out of one palindromic sequence, out of one palindrome, if it is treated with a consent enzyme, whatever the enzyme, if they question you, what about the number of ester bonds removed? 2 ester bonds are removed. Come back. Here one ester bond. Here one ester bond. Per strand, one ester bond. Okay, that is also very, very important. Okay, is it clear? Next. So while reading GAATTC, what about the total number of guanine molecules, adenine molecules, thymine molecules, cytosine molecules? And what about the total number of hydrogen bonds before cutting and after cutting? Okay, is it clear? Somebody taking exit. Okay, next. Now I'm erasing the board. Wait. Last concept. Not out of biotechnology. Go back to Dicot route. This is regarding origin of vascular cambial ring in Dicot route. Hello, please. Hello, please mute. Please mute. Please mute. Okay. So for example, this is a Dicot route. Transfer section of Dicot route. Please mute, please. Pericycle part. This one is pericycle. Okay. and this one is xylem part. Tetrarch condition 1, 2, 3, 4. Tetra 4 tetrarch. Okay, and here it is the phloem part. I'm using phloem part. Now, what about the formation of vascular cambial ring? So, some part of the pericycle above the protoxylem. This is protoxylem or not? So, this part of the pericycle. So, label it better. Pericycle. Okay. So, part of the pericycle above the protoxylem subjected to de-differentiation or regaining of mitotic ability. Yesterday, I forwarded synopsis of definitions of differentiation, de-differentiation, redifferentiation. Okay. So this one is protoxylem. PX I'm writing. Protoxylem. Protoxylem. Part. So out of entire pericycle, which pericycle part is subjected to de-differentiation? Part of the pericycle above the protoxylem. Okay. So statement 1, part of pericycle above PX I'm writing protoxylem subjected to de-differentiation. De-differentiation means regaining of mitotic ability. Next, part of a tissue below the phloem given. Tissue below the phloem means conjunctive tissue, conjunctive tissue, conjunctive tissue. So this part. Second statement, tissue below phloem, de-differentiated. Okay, so patch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 patches. Wait, not here, sorry. Here. Okay, now count. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4 equal to xylem bundles. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4 equal to phloem bundles. Okay, so what about the origin of vascular cambium? Shiva, any objection? Vascular cambium at the time of secondary growth in dicot root coming from, according to textbook statement, part of the pericycle above the protoxylem and developed from a tissue below the phloem. So coming from two different locations, pericycle and conjunctive tissue you can take. Okay. So after formation, joining of all these patches, join them. Join. So what about the outline of vascular cambial ring? This is the vascular cambial ring. Simple I'm drawing. Tell me one. The vascular cambial ring. Is it circular? No. Wavy. With ridges and furrows. Okay, so xylem is inside. Xylem inside. And what about the phloem? Phloem is outside. Phloem part. After that, what about vascular cambium? Complete circular vascular cambial ring. Okay, so xylem part, xylem, and next one is phloem outside. here phloem, 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 phloem. After formation of vascular cambrial ring, what about the xylem? Xylem is inside the vascular cambium and phloem is outside the vascular cambium. So, what about the origin of a vascular cambial ring in the case of a dicot root? 100% secondary in origin, and 100% it is product of 100% product of dedifferentiation of pericycle and conjunctive tissue. Okay. Any objection, my dear students? Is it clear? Today enough, and tomorrow I will explain you out of the plasmid, most important one, particularly that area is really troubling most of the students, that is selectable markers. We will discuss selectable markers tomorrow. Okay, is it clear? Any objection, any doubt? How many here? Shiva, any doubt? Anil Kumar, tomorrow
Okay.
compulsory you have to join. We will discuss selectable markers, antibiotic
Okay.
resistant gene, ampicillin, tetracycline. Next, after that, insertional inactivation.
Okay, sir.
Okay, bye. See you. We will meet tomorrow, and you can watch this today's class video in YouTube. I will forward that one to my YouTube channel. Check it there. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. See you. Bye. See you. We'll meet tomorrow.
Sir, channel name.
Once again, please. Once again, please. Shiva, are you Shiva? What is your doubt? Okay, send it to my WhatsApp. Okay, bye. See you. We'll meet tomorrow.